Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. Today is lucky dip number 11. I can't believe I've done so many lucky dips, and I think more than half of them this year ever since I started streaming again. I had an idea since last time. I'm going to add something new to the mix because over the past few weeks I've taken not just the Lucky Dip supplies, but also my manga pose reference book as, what am I going to make with these supplies? Well, I'll practice my manga poses. I haven't been liking just copying the image exactly and try to make my own outfit on the pose, but that's kind of hard without a reference image. Also, then I realized I have all of these other pose reference books. I have one that is specifically for Japanese traditional clothing. So I'm going to use two reference books and combine those. And so I'm like combining the pose book, combining the clothing book, combining the random for art supplies. I'm really looking forward to trying this and seeing how it works today. But the first thing I need to do is pick out which supplies. So, first thing I'm going to do is open up random.org on my phone. Random.org. Checking your browser. Okay, so I've got that open. Now I need the actual, so where is it? I think it's under Sheets, Google Sheets, Lucky Dip Art Supplies. So I've got my big old list of 344, minus the supplies that have been retired for various reasons. So I'm going to put the max number at 344. And I need a sticky note. Let's see. Now, I realized the other day that when I've been putting these sticky note on this like plastic cover that I have for this old reused drafting table, it leaves sticky residue. So, I've been trying to think. Let's see. For now, I will just use this sketchbook so that I can stick the note on there and not get sticky residue that is really hard to get off. I have to use like this oil cleaner to get it off. Okay, suddenly I need a drink. Refreshing, delicious iced tea. There's no ice in it, it's just cool tea. Okay, pen. What's our first number? Generate. 28. I wonder if we've gotten that one before. 128. That's interesting. 28, 128. 315. And the last one, 115. That's interesting. 28, 128, 315, 115. Okay, so going back to the list of supplies, 28 is way up here. What is 28? Oh, seriously? We got this before. I don't like this one. The K80 permanent paint stick in blue. Well, it's random, so that's possible. So, KRINK K80. Maybe I'll figure out another way to use it. Ugh, and it's blue. That's my least favorite color. Okay, maybe 128 is a little more interesting. Okay, a pencil. Another pencil. There's so many pencils. General's Layout Pencil 555. Generals. I remember seeing this one last time. Pencil 555. Okay, 315, going way down here. Oh, thank God it's a different color. Okay, cool. It's Daniel Smith Extra Fine Watercolor Stick and Quinacridone Burnt Scarlet. That's a very long name. Daniel, I'll just put Daniel S. Daniel S. Watercolor Stick. I think this is the only one I have, but I'll put QBS for the color because I'm out of room. QBS. That looks like an A. There, now it's a Q. Okay, I'm going back to 115. 120. Here it is. Dang, I was excited because it was a paint marker, but it's in black. I mean, I guess that at least is different from the pencil, though the pencil was called Extra Dark. Posca, Posca, I don't know. Posca. Oops. What? Why is this not writing? Okay. Posca paint marker. I'll just put marker 7.7 millimeters in black. Okay. Now it's time to try to discover all these. I'm pretty sure I have them all, although the Posca marker might be questionable because I feel like it might be one that I gave away because I didn't like how it caught on the page and it would like sort of spray ink, but let's see. Pens, would it be under pens or markers? I'm not sure if I would have put this marker, I mean it says marker, but if I'm remembering it correctly, it works kind of more like a pen, but maybe I would have put it on markers. Okay, nothing past here. Nope. Nope. And nope. Okay, so I did not put it in here. Graphite pencils. Should be able to get this layout pencil out of here. Here it is. Yeah, I knew I saw it. It has a very distinctive, like, what is the word? I don't know. It stands out to me. I like the design of this pencil. It's like kind of bold. Yeah, well, there's that one. Anything else in here? I don't think so. Pencil, watercolor stick, and 2 markers. So yeah, let's get out of that one. So the KRINK and the Posca markers will be in here. Around here. Which one was it? K80. Yeah, it's the same one as last time. Oh, fine. I'll use it though. Why? Why do I have to get the same things again? Okay. Like, why couldn't I get these? There's a million things in here. Okay. The other one is the Posca marker in black. Not seeing it though. None of these are Posca. These are all Winsor Newton. These are Posca, but neither of them are black, obviously. Or you can't see, but it's green and red. None of these are black. Where is it? No. Maybe it is in the other one and maybe I either retired it or I didn't look hard enough in that first bin. Because here's this one that keeps hiding under here. And that is not what I pulled this time, even though I pulled it twice. Iron Lac, Spectra, Molotov, Tombow, Winsor Newton, and I don't remember the name brand, but I know this isn't a Posca marker. Okay, I'm gonna look in that first bin again. Oh, and I'm glad I was running a bit late today, so I didn't have time to put my illustration painting water away, but I pulled a watercolor stick, so it's good, and I can just use my same little towel here and everything. I don't have to go get a new bowl of water. Okay. Back into this purple bin. It's the only other place it could be if I have not given it away. Oh, there's more stuff in here. Oh, but this is not it. So these are all, what are these? Copic, I think. And Otto. None of these are the brand still. These are all white ink. Keep them separate on purpose. Easy to find. Here's another KRINK marker. Le Pen. Prismacolor. None of these are Posca. This is not Posca, it's Stabilo. This is Higgins. These are all brush pens. Okay, I think I might have given it away because I really didn't like, if that's the one I'm remembering, I really didn't like how it would catch on the paper and fling little bits of ink randomly everywhere. And it's like, it's one thing if that's what it's meant to do, and then you take advantage of that, but I wanted something that made a nice line, and I knew what to expect. Okay, so I'm going to just draw something else instead of that one. Oh, and while I'm at it, remember to strike through this line so that let's see, is that all selected? Okay, I'm going to do strike through right there and there, so that text color, background color. Oh, cell. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I've got that marked out so that I won't choose it again. If I draw that number and then I see it all marked out, then I will know that it is gone. So let's generate one more number. 277. So 277 is here we are. Winsor and Newton fineliner. That's hilarious. It gets replaced with, so this is, it calls it a marker, but it was kind of like just a thick pen. And it gets replaced with a fineliner pen. So it is even a 0.8, so it's actually thicker, a thicker pen than what this would have looked like. That's funny. Winsor and Newton fineliner. 0.8. Wow. So it's almost like we didn't even, what am I trying to say? It's like the essence of what I have to work with, even if the brand is different, the essence of this group of items remains the same. Okay, so back into this one. This might be here. These are all Sakura. This is not this one. Here. What's this one? Winsor Newton? No, Edding. Tombow. These are the Art Snacks actual brand. Stabilo. Oh, is it this one? Aha, here we are. Winsor Newton 0.8 in black. Okay, so the only other thing remaining is the watercolor stick. That'll be easy to find because I know exactly where that is. And here it is. Daniel Smith, Extra Fine Watercolor Stick in Quinacridone Burnt Scarlet. Excellent. Oh, I need my watercolor sketchbook. Let's see, where are ya? Okay. I really love this B paper watercolor sketchbook. I think I will get it again when I fill it up. It just has the loveliest thick paper. I feel like it's still only 140 pounds, but it's just so, I don't know, the texture is so nice. It's so good. Me really like it. Me like it. So, I've got everything I need. Oh, I need brushes though. Paint brushes. Let's see, I'll get a big one. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm over in my closet. Yeah. Get a biggie, a medium-y, and a smallie. All round because I really like round. I think it's the most versatile. I can do everything I want with the round brush. And with those 3 sizes, I don't think there will be anything that I am lacking. So this sticks up like this. I can't really see it, but I'll keep it in the corner. The corner of the screen. Dang, I thought for sure that would work. Okay, I know. Let me get in the clippy. Put the clippy on the book. Oops. Put the clippy. Oops. This hand is not as strong as this hand. Yeah. Clippy. On book. Oh, nope, I'll put that up because it covers it up. And put it in a corner. Yeah, I don't know how well you can see it, if it's readable or not, but haha! Yay. Okay, time to test out these items. There are several things I can do. I guess the first thing, I'll try everything dry. So here's the watercolor stick dry. And a little patch. So it has a really nice texture, and you can still do a decent line with it too. I guess I'll do this paint stick next. I just remembered this paint stick is stinky. I only used it like 2 weeks ago. I hate getting messy. I hate it. I already got some freaking weird paint on me. Okay, got it off for the most part. I don't like messy media. Good enough. Okay. This one does a really thick line if you're looking for a line. And here's, it's the same kind of, it covers a lot more than that paint stick. Oh God, the smell off of it. Okay, well, that's what that can do dry. Let's try this. Oh, I need a pencil sharpener. It's looking pretty. Looking like it won't last. Oops, wrong one. I'm gonna try this recycled plastic bottle one, but last time it didn't sharpen very well, so hopefully it was just the pencil. I guess it's sharpening. It's like it's not very sharp. I was excited because it's like, oh, recycled. It's made out of recycled bottles. So it doesn't sharpen very well. I don't think I'm going to keep it. Yeah, I set that aside. I'm going to get a different one. That's sad. here's a nice sharpener. It makes it really long. It makes the tip really long, which means you have more to work with without having to sharpen. So you start with on, it's got 2 points, 1 and 2. You sharpen with the number 1 slot first until it gets to the end. And then to like fine tune it, you put it in the number 2 slot and it really shaves it and makes it nice and, yeah, that's much better. Okay, we'll dump these in the trash can. Okay. So we'll set that aside in case I need it again. Now let's actually try it. First a line. Typical pencil, what you'd expect. How about a blob? Quick coverage. Even though it says extra black, I'm actually happy that it's still that gray graphite color that you'd expect, because with this black next to it, this black pen, I think I'll actually have a nice range of colors here. Colors and shades, I suppose. So filling in with the black is not a very what's the word? Economical? Like it takes too long. There's a word for that. I can't remember my words recently. I don't know why it is. Anyway, that's what these all look like in dark. Let's try the same thing and then putting water on top. One line. A blob. And I think I'll do each one 1 by 1, and I'll use a smaller brush. So, wow, it's a surprisingly orange color. I mean, I guess this is burnt scarlet. And then the blob. Ooh, lovely. I love red. Red is my favorite color. Any sort of red is my favorite color. So there's the difference there. Clean my brush off good, and let's try this one. I don't know if it's water soluble, but let me try it. Yeah, not really. There's not really much happening there. Maybe a tiny bit. What about the big blob? No, the water is just beating up on top, so it must be like a oil-based. I think it says water-based. Maybe it doesn't say. Yeah, well, it says writes on most surfaces, so it's likely oil-based. Anyway, so that one didn't do anything. Let's see about this pencil. Moves a little bit. Yeah, and the blob, it moves a surprising amount. Actually kind of satisfying. I think I can use this like another water in the same manner I can use this one. Because this spreads really nicely. Okay. Next, the pen. I imagine it's waterproof. We're gonna find out. I'll give it a second to dry though. Fan it off a bit. And I'll make sure my brush is nice and clean from this. Picked up a lot of graphite when I did the blob of graphite. I assume it's graphite. It doesn't really say. It just says General's Layout, Extra Black, number 555. It does move a bit. So I need to be careful about that. It's like it stains the water. The lines aren't like feathering out, but it's still pulling enough pigment off that it stains the water. Okay, interesting. It's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just good to know so that I know how I can use it. Clean that brush off. And now I want to try some, there's a bunch of things you can do, so I'm not going to try anything else with this one. Well, I don't know. Maybe I will. I'll try the same thing that I'm going to do with the watercolor stick. Get a spot wet. Spot of paper wet. Nice and wet. And then put the stick on there and see what happens. So that's different. That's a different idea. And as soon as it comes off of the water, it's back to this dry texture. Let's try, oh, I gotta get the paper wet first. We're gonna try the blue one. Oh goodness, that's unexpected. It just totally, it lifts the paper up. I'm gonna see if you can see this. Here, camera. Yes. I think you can see that the paper has been ripped. Yeah, you can see it really well this way. So I'm definitely not going to do that unless I think of some good reason to do it. Yeah, it's like eraser shavings. You just rip the paper right up. I'm gonna swipe them into the trash can because I don't want this to get all over the place. Oh, now my finger is all blue. Ah! Put it in the water and wipe it on my towel. There. Yay, clean again, clean-ish. Well, I'm glad I experimented with that. Watercolor stick was fine, but this, I assume, oil-based one becomes a monster. Okay, let's try the same thing with this. There's some little bits of something there. Okay, let's try this one. Oh, interesting. It's doing the same thing. When I was doing it lightly, it wasn't, but when I put it down to cover a lot of area at once, it does the same thing, ripping the paper up into little small shreds. I do like how this is sort of bleeding, slowly bleeding into this side of where the wet spot stops. And there were some other techniques I wanted to try, but probably only with this. And that is, I say techniques, but I only think of one. Getting the brush wet and then pulling the color directly off of the stick so that there's no evidence of drawing marks. So for instance, here, even though the color did spread really nicely, you can still see the marks where it was originally drawn on the dry paper. Let's see. Yeah, you can get a more traditional look. More traditional watercolor look this way. Okay. Well, I need this page to dry before I can flip it over. There are some things that once it is dry, I can still try out. For instance, once these are dry, I can see what it's like to make marks on top using these other items. These are still a little bit damp too, so I better get my fan and fan it off a bit. How's that? This one's dry. Yeah, this one is so nice, this gradient right here. Oh, so gentle. Looks like a sunset on the ocean. Well, at least for now, this one's dry enough. So I'll try this. So the black pen works great on this. I am not going to try. I think I will do the same as I believe I did last time and use this last, because the way it tore up the paper, the way it's completely impervious to the water, I am afraid it's going to clog up my pen, so I do not want to give it the chance to do that. Is this one dry? Yeah. I'm going to swipe these little ripped up paper shreds into the trash too. They're not ripped off of the page quite as completely as the blue ones were, but still surprising how much damage it did. Of course, that could just be another tool in the toolbox. Doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. It's just a thing. It's just a possibility. It's really interesting. The gray that came off of this big blob here, and I guess this one too, is a warmer gray than off of here. I'm gonna try something else just now. I've got my electric sharpener. I'm gonna see if I can erase this. Sharpener, eraser, not sharpener. Ooh, I can! That's a cool possibility. Interesting. I can erase the inside. Yes, cool. Even after it was gone over with water, so I'm going to keep this tool handy. Although it makes a huge mess, it just throws the eraser shavings all over the place. I'm going to swipe these into the trash. I don't like them getting everywhere. Let's see. Okay, that's clean. There's all these ones too. So let's get them. There. Nice. Cool. I'm glad I thought of that. That is an interesting possibility. Okay. So erasing is possible on this. Neat. Oh, these, are these dry yet? This one's still a little damp. Let me fan it a bit more. In fact, I just had an idea. What happens if I combine graphite and this one with water? Ooh, interesting. Oh, it really starts peeling up the paper for some reason, though. Interesting. Got some cool combinations. Possibilities. But this one is, yeah, this one's pretty much dry. This one. Oh, that one is too. Let's see what it's like if I put this blue on top. Oh wow, that's a really cool effect. I don't know if it comes across on the camera, but it's almost like a neon. The way the blue just stands out on top makes it, yeah, I feel like it's coming across on the camera. It's almost like an optical illusion or something, like it's the blue is lit from within. Oh, that's another cool idea. That's what that looks on that one. And this pen. And the pencil. Oh, hold on. There is a little crumb or something. Okay. I'm running out of space. I've got lots of tools in there. It's starting to get in my way. Okay. And the pencil. Well, I think that's good enough for experimentation. Guess while that dries, ooh, first I'm gonna have a drink. Got my bottle of tea. I'm gonna have some tea. Yummy. Okay. While this dries, this little blob is quite wet still. I'm going to get my 2 reference books out that I'm going to use for pose and costume practice. And I guess I'll show them off and have a look at them while this dries. So, first thing is this, let me move this up here so that I don't accidentally get the book wet or dirty. How to Draw Manga. I got this for Christmas a couple years ago, or maybe it was last year, I can't remember, but I think it was last year. Anyway, oh, here they all are. There's 24 poses in this book, and I thought it would be cool to go through and do one of each as practice. So we've done the first 3. Now we're on number 4. Oh, it's the one from the cover. Catch a Wave, it's called. Kind of looks like a Pokemon trainer. That's what I think. It looks like a Pokemon trainer. So let's see what it has to say about the pose. Always has these nice little detail blurbs about it. Attentive and alert, lots of curvy lines, head looking back, one hand on hip, other hand held high. It says when the character is walking away but looking back, most of the face is visible while the upper torso is twisted at the waist. An outstretched arm should still have a natural bend at the elbow. It's difficult to see the left side of the back, but it's still important to think about how it is connected to the hips. Otherwise, the upper and lower halves of the drawing will look disjointed. And at the bottom, even though the character has turned to look back, the feet remain pointed forward. Then on this side, long lines that swoop upward create a dynamic feeling. Oh, it's talking about the hair. Conveying to the viewer that the character is walking away but has suddenly turned her head back, thereby tossing her hair. Legs aren't stick straight. Be sure to draw those curves. And then the bottom tip, the heels of the shoes can be seen from both the back and side. Don't draw the feet too closely together. Okay, so this is the pose I'm going to work on today. I'm clip the book open on this page. And then this is the book that I've been thinking of this week for how can I make it a little more interesting so that I'm not just either copying exactly the costume in the picture, nor am I struggling to think of a costume on the fly, which is actually really hard to do. So I've had this nice kimono reference. It says Kimono no ekaki kata. So, how to draw a kimono. And it has all these pictures about all the little small details for kimono of all kinds of different types. It also has, as you can see, some photo references, mostly drawing references. But it, you know, like here's hakama, and it has all different poses, and like there was a samurai, so that's like from the Edo period. Here's different shoes and stuff. So, yeah, I thought I could finally actually use this because this is so fascinating to me. But I haven't really had much use for it after buying it and just looking at it. I'm getting so distracted. This is so cool. 袖の長さは膝より下 goes below the knees. Where should I start though? This one is easy enough to like 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 24 poses, but this has got a whole bunch of different. I mean, it even like here's how it's tied. So this is what you see, but this is how it's tied underneath. so that you know how it works, which helps with drawing. Like even here shows that for a female body, the boobs don't stick over like they do in so much anime. They're tucked into the obi because that's, I mean, this is a modern, having the boobs stick out like that is a very modern idea. Traditional kimono silhouette is like a cylinder. It's the same thing here. All more cylindrical than hourglass shaped. This has just got so many cool details. Accessories. There was a ninja just there. Here's a guy like relaxing. Oh, that's cute. There's some little kid kimonos. Oop. And maybe I'll just start from the beginning. First outfit that looks like it might, I mean, oh, look at this one. Okay, you can't really see it that well because it's not all the way on the screen. I'm just taking a look here to see. Just going through it page by page to see until I find something that looks like I could use it for. Reference for this particular pose. Here's how you put it on. This is cool because you can use this to figure out how to put on a kimono. This is so interesting. This is showing for the women's kimono versus the men's kimono. Why these lines, I mean, maybe not versus, but just like the two different types. Why are these lines happening? And then it shows you what's going on, that it makes this fold right here. Traditional style undies. Here's shoes. And I don't know, I'm looking at it. I don't know how useful it'll be as a, but we do have these. Let's see, this is the men's section. Let's look at the women's section because this reference pose is a girl. Here we go. Oh. Yeah, maybe I'll do this one, this outfit. Pretty simple. I think a yukata. Maybe. Looks like a yukata. And perfect. It's got the, you can't really see. It's got the back. So I can use this to dress this pose. So that's what I will do. Oh, it's tough. I'm running out of room. Okay, I'll set this here for now. Clip it to the page I want. I guess I gotta clip the other side because it's trying to come open. I mean, it's trying to close. Opposite of what I said. It's trying to close. This makes me want to wear a kimono. I've worn kimono a few times and yukata a few times more. It's a lot of work, but I really like how it looks. This does not want to stay open. Come on, book. Work with me here. There. Put some stuff on it to keep it open. Take another drink. Delicious lemon iced tea. And is this finally dry? It's still damp. Thought I messed around enough with my reference books. Guess not. Yeah, now that I'm looking at this book with the idea, at this kimono drawing book, with the specific idea of using it as an outfit reference, there's not as much as I thought. For this particular purpose, I mean, there's tons and tons of information in there. But I guess I was sort of hoping there'd be a section with like, here's a bunch of different, just pictures of different kimono with different accessories and stuff. But instead it's more about just the basics of it. Like, how is it constructed? How is it put on? What kind of accessories do you wear with it? What types of kimono are there? I think I can still use it though, for this purpose. I'm rubbing my eyes a little bit. I've been using my eye drops and my eyes are still been bothering me for a while. It's dry, it's dry. It's almost dry. It is so close to dry. Since I got a late start, I don't know if I'll be able to. Might have to rush a little bit. Rush my lucky dip a little bit. Actually thinking that maybe what I will do is just flip the page like this, and then I want to clear out some stuff here. Put this on this page. Now that I know which sketchbook it's going in, I can put this here. Just move this one completely off the desk. Okay. Reference pose book. Okay, to start with, I'll just do my usual thing of using the pencil. And I'm going to make my character even smaller than usual because I always make it too big. Let's see, last time I did all right, but it was still it's so close to the top. I'm not doing my best. So here's the halfway point, which is about where the hips start, which means the knees are about here and the shoulders are about here. And so I'm going to just draw a line from neck, spine, down into the tailbone, and the two legs coming down. In fact, this tailbone needs to be up higher. And then the other legs. Okay, now I'll start adding. Here's the head. Curves. Here's the ear. Side of the face, other side of the jaw, bottom closer jaw, and then the cranium. Curves around down to the neck, which is pretty straight. pretty straight. And then this side of the chest. And here is the rest of the torso. Shoulder is like front and center. Elbow. Wrist. Kind of small. It's hard to draw this with this teeny tiny page and fairly big pencil. Okay, hips are like sticking way out. And here's the thigh for the backmost leg, curving down into the calf. And as it said, the feet are pointed away. And here's the other leg. Not bad. I feel like my proportions are better this time than last time so far. And let's see. This elbow. And then the wrist for this arm. And the hand is sort of like this. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, so in the face, just want to draw some reference lines for the facial features. Okay, good. Now, oops. One of the things I put to keep my book open was covering the picture that I needed the most. So it's actually kind of hard to do this kimono, but I'm up to the challenge. Let's try it. So we're going to draw the obi. And like we saw in the book, the boobs shouldn't be sticking out. They should be tucked into the obi. And let's see, the collar should be hanging back a bit like this. And then we should have some wrinkles here from putting the arm back like that. And then the square part of the sleeve is actually way up here. And then this is a yukata, so it's not a long sleeve. It's like this maybe. There, good. In fact, this might just curve like that more. And then there's this fold of cloth. since normally the yukata is, you know, cylinder shape like that, I think it would be pulling kind of tightly on the legs the way they're spread apart like this. So that's what I'm gonna do there. Have it stick pretty closely. Oops, that's way too much. I'm gonna erase some of this because we don't need this anymore. Nice. And normally I would want to draw this on a bigger, considering how big this pencil is. I want to draw this on a bigger piece of paper. But I guess it's also good because things are going a bit slowly. So drawing smaller means I am not as likely to run out of time. So she's just got, in the reference for the costume, she's just got some Geta sandals on. Is that how you spell Geta? I gotta look up this kanji real quick. I did not. If this is okay, let me just Geta. Oh, that's so cool. The get in Geta is the kanji for down. Pack horse. Interesting. I don't know why it's written with the kanji for down and the kanji for pack horse. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, anyway. I was distracted by this. So yeah, get that. That's what these are. So I shall put them on this character too. I wonder, maybe I can sharpen this a bit more. Oh yes. Excellent. Okay, so the way this goes, the strap is really big and plushy. Comes back like that. And then the foot overhangs the sandal a bit. And then there's a slight heel. Like that. So same thing here, it's big and plushy and comes down on the foot like that, and then the foot actually overhangs the geta a bit and a slight heel on the back. I don't know if this is the right, if this is how the fabric would go, but I want to give a little bit to show that it's twisting. A little bit of wrinkles. I'll do some here too. Nah, that's too much there. I think the ones on the back are good. There. Now, oh yeah, put this bow back on. I erased it when I was cleaning up the lines. And Let's see, is there any other... Oh, it's pretty flat. It's pretty flat here on the OB. And then it's really flat there too. Everything is nice and flat. It's nice, flat, and smooth. Okay. Okay. I was just looking at the next page, had accessories. But there's not much on this example of yukata. Plus, this is so small already, I don't want to add too much extra stuff. I don't have that fine of a drawing tool to work with. Okay, now we can do this other arm. So let's see. Here's the other collar. And I think there will be some lines here because this will be falling down from gravity. Swipe these things off into the trash. Okay, now I think that's the basics of the clothing. So now just add some hair and facial features. I'm looking closely at the reference, pose reference to see where it puts the eyes. Change his eye a little bit. Yeah, I think it was a little too high and it should come back a little bit more too. I'll just use the outfit reference for the hair as well. That's all right. Half an hour left. So I think it's about time that I start doing a little with something else. I've got this blue marker, this red watercolor stick, and then the black ink pen. So I definitely want to use the ink pen for details at the end, but I do not want to use it on top of this blue because I'm pretty sure it would ruin the pen. So I guess the next thing I'll use is this. And I'll just take the color off of the stick. Wow, hello, crispy chocolate, 99. Oh, thank you. You're streaming and relaxing. You gotta go to sleep with headphones in my ears. I want to say hello, by the way. Oh, thank you. Welcome. I'll try to keep it relaxing for you. I'm purposefully doing this paint in stripes to kind of give the yukata a little, like a dyed look. And also just to show off how cool watercolor is. I love doing this kind of thing with watercolor, just messing around with how it combines with itself, with more water, with less water, how it combines with the page. I don't know if this is going to be very logical as to the dyed pattern, but I hope that it'll just look cool because I love this, what it's doing right here. I did more water here and then I did more pigment here, and then pigment gets sucked into the water. Okay, I'm going to try not to obliterate the hands here. They're so small. I got that big and medium brush. I think I'm going to end up doing my usual MO of just using a single brush. Single, not tiny, but small brush. I'm also trying to paint the kimono in segments so that some parts can dry, and then as they dry, I'm painting other part, and then I can come back and paint, like for instance this sleeve here. I don't want to paint this part yet because I just did this part and I want them to remain looking separate. If I paint it right away, it will bleed the color from this folded up bit of fabric here will bleed into the sleeve, and I don't want that to happen. So I will go up here to the collar, paint around here, because maybe this other sleeve is still a little wet, but surely not as wet as the area I was just painting. I don't want to make it too dark because... Oh wait, I can combine. I was thinking I would put a lot of watercolor into the inside of this sleeve here, but I just realized I could combine with the graphite to make the inside look shady. Not shady as in bad, but shady as in shaded. Oosh. Yay. Looks good. Okay, so I'll do these little puffy straps on the Geta sandals the same way. It's kind of hard when I don't have very many colors to choose from. I mean, I guess I could start drawing 5 items instead of 4, but I don't want it to get too crazy either. In the past, when I've drawn more than 4 items, sometimes it's hard to figure out how to use them all. Okay, so I'm going to fill in some areas with graphite and then put the water on them to smooth it out and sort of use it like another watercolor. Let's see, I wonder if I should do it on this OB or... but this paint marker is the worst. I hate this thing. It doesn't spread out with water, so I can't do the same kind of stuff I'm doing with everything. Yeah, I think I'll put the pencil in here because I want it to stand out. So even if I put I think I'll put the KRINK marker on the kimono as a like decorative, because I really liked how it pops on top of the red watercolor on this test page that I did. But for the basics, I'm gonna use the graphite to help this stand out from the hand here. Yeah, I think that's good. Paintbrush. So I'll do the Geta first. Smoothing it out with the water. It's nice because not all graphite behaves this way with water. I don't know if this pencil is designed for that. It doesn't say anything about it on the pencil body. Use a little bit of the residual to do some shadows here. Oh yeah, that looks good. That looks good, yes. And a little on the bottom of the feet too. Okay, a little more water and spread the graphite around on this OB. Trying not to get any on the fingers. So that's the whole point putting graphite on this part. Right there, a little bit lost. It's okay though. But here where the sleeve is covering the obi, I'm gonna add a little extra, make it extra dark. Okay, and now I think I will, I had already filled in her hair. I'll smooth this out too while I'm at it. And then I will use the electric eraser to erase some highlights into the hair, since I figured out that I could do that. Of course I gotta wait until it's dry, otherwise I'll rip up the paper some more. But there's plenty of stuff. I have not even used this black ink pen either. So there's plenty of stuff to do while I wait for these areas to dry. Smooth the eyebrows too. They're made out of hair too. So they, oh, and the eyelashes too, yeah. Okay. Wow, me likey. Put some little shading on the chin and neck here. Maybe a little around the eyes. Just using the residual stuff from the brush on the nose, a little bit on the mouth. And here at the wrist where the sleeve will be hanging over. Oh, I love it. Just that little swoop and looks good. Side of the hand, just to make it look like it exists, kind of thing. There, yeah. Maybe some right here too. Well, you can barely see it, but just a little bit to show that this is overhanging. Okay. Clean off my brush and let's use this pen. Well, let's fan it a little bit. I only have 15 minutes left, even though I got started late. I think this is gonna turn out all right. I'm gonna clean up some of this graphite, some of my reference lines and things. Oh, I need a smaller eraser. Where's one of my teeny erasers? Oh, that's not small enough. Come on, I know I have this. Haha. Here's a little small one. Hope the fingers stand out. And clean up the face a bit. Yeah, looks good. Yay. I wasn't sure about the Kimono reference book. But actually, it seems like it's working out pretty good. I'm gonna erase some of the graphite that's along the edges of this watercolor because I'm really liking how it's looking with the watercolor being what's left. the watercolor itself being that edge. Okay, and I'm going to swipe all these little eraser crumbs into the trash can. Is that all of them? No. There were some right next to my thumb. Now I wonder if I can erase a little more. I'm going to try the electric eraser. Hopefully it's dry. I think it's dry enough. This part of the face is looking a little congested. Try to clean it up a little bit. Yeah, that's good. Yay. Oh, I wish it didn't, I mean, it's just the physics of it, but I wish that it wouldn't throw the eraser shavings all over the place like that. They are all over. Okay, got that. There's still like a bunch up here on my desk. There. Nice and clean like. That's how I like it. Let's see. I think I erased a tiny bit too much, but that's okay because now I'm going to use this black ink pen and do some outlines. So first I'll add this bridge of the nose in. Ooh, it's really thick, so I'm gonna be careful. I don't want to overdo it. This is 0.8. That's all right, yeah. And to the ear. Yeah, I'm trying not to overdo it. I think that's good. I forgot to put the shading in the sleeve, so do that now. And a graphite overlay to, oh yes, that's nice. That's nice. Yes. There we go. And in fact, this is still not, oh, but I will use this. Help define the bow part of the obi better. Trying to keep my outlines like on the bottom of things where possible, so that it gives it more of a sense of gravity. I want to use this electric eraser again to get some highlights in the hair. Very good. I love this thing. I had one before from a different brand and it never worked well, and then it just died, so it didn't work at all. You know, even with a new battery or whatever. So I didn't get another one for years and years and years because, I don't know, my experience wasn't... Even though there's different brands, I just didn't want to waste my money on it again. But a year or two ago, I finally tried a new brand and it works so much better than the other one ever did. I think the reason, maybe part of the reason, is because this Sumo grip, I had other erasers by it, and so I feel like I trusted it. So I think it's Sakura brand, or Sakura is the brand and Sumo grip is their eraser line, I think. But I'm so pleased about it. Oh, I remember what it was. I was watching a documentary about Hayao Miyazaki and I saw him using one and it made me want to give him another shot. And I'm like, oh, if he's using them, oh, I wanna use them. I'm glad I got the Sumo grip one this time. I have never been disappointed. I always keep it in my little caddy thing here, so it's always available. Now I'm gonna add some black lines to the hair. For one, to just add detail to the hair, but for two, also to help I put black lines on the features on the face and it's kind of standing out in a not a good way. So by adding some black lines to the hair as well, they won't stand out so much. Good. I think I will leave this back hand no black ink on there instead, because it's farther away, so that actually gives it a sort of atmospheric perspective. I'll just add a little bit more graphite so that it's not like it's fading away into nothing or something. So this is a little bit more substantial, but still with a sense of distance too. There. That's what I was thinking. Time. Got 5 minutes left. Well, that's perfect because now I've used everything except this blue paint stick, which I can't believe I've gotten twice in the same month. I have over almost 400 supplies on my list, and I've gotten 2 supplies twice. Okay, anyway, I'm looking at the reference image for the costume. I think I'll do just like little dots that sort of hint at flowers. I'll pick a big one and a little one next to it, and here's another big one, a little one, and here's a part of a big one. Here's some. And some on the sleeve. And some on this sleeve. Traversing the space between these like dyed patches, or not patches, but streaks that I've done. And it's really hard because this is so wide, but I'm trying to get a tiny bit on the Geta to help it match. There, that's good. And I'll just do a really light covering on the obi with this blue. Super light. There. Yes. Ooh, I had an idea. I am going to do a little bit of red to be the iris color for this character. Need some water to spread it out. This is a really tiny area. There. She's got a little life in her eyes now. This is not all black. Ooh, I had a great idea. I'm gonna use the same color. Just give her the little hint of pink on her cheeks, ears, and a little bit on the lips and nose. Yes. So glad I got a red color this time. Red is my fave. Spread the cheek color out. Yeah. And I'll do it. It's hard to not get too much, but try to do a little bit on the fingertips too. And the knuckles. So bring some life into them. Tiny, just barely gonna touch that and put it right in the knuckles. A little more color in the knuckles. Okay, that's a tiny bit too much. Okay, take it away, take it away. Yes. Perfect timing. I think that I'm done. Maybe I'll just do the tiniest. I've got 1 minute. Let's do a little, like some shadow here. And in fact, I'll just leave it like that. I won't put water on it like I did with the other graphite. So she's kind of grounded. And so I'm just gonna sign it and date it. There. Hooray! Lucky dip number 11 complete. Perfect timing. Now it's dinner time. Hooray! I'm looking forward to dinner time. Alright, so the things I used today. Daniel Smith Extra Fine Watercolor Stick in Quinacridone Burnt Scarlet. This freaking KRINK paint marker again. Well, paint stick. Permanent paint stick. K80 in blue. This General's Layout Extra Black Pencil, number 555. And this one, the Winsor & Newton fineliner, 0.8 millimeters in black. And then, of course, paintbrush, erasers, etc. All on this nice B paper watercolor sketchbook, which I love. Loved it again today. Alright, that's it for today. I'll be back on Friday for Chibi Friday. I'm going to be doing a chibi of my dog because it's his birthday soon. So I hope to see you then. Thank you for watching.